everyone, it's Lorraine with BJK University. And today we're going to learn to do some product research. I'm an Amazon seller, and many people want to learn how to find a profitable product. Here at BJK University, we have criteria that we build. And one of the criteria that we build is a search volume. Excuse me. A search volume, we see many people are searching for specific products, like a cell phone case. Search volume can be like 100,000. Now, when your search volume is very high, there are people that are bidding on the product at a high rate. And so, therefore, when your search volume is bigger, you're going to need a much higher budget in order to compete. So we want to keep the search volume within our budget area. So we choose a search volume of 5,000 to 20,000, and therefore we're going to get a lot, and you can make a lot of money in this area. You don't want to see something 200, 300, 400,000 people searching for it, because a lot of people are going to be selling it if they know there's a lot that many searches. You want to gradually, as you work on your business, because you're going to do a brand new launch on a product, you want to start here where there's some really good keywords. And when you combine keywords, it can actually add up to 100,000 if you have a lot of keywords. And people can be searching all these different smaller search volume keywords daily. So you can actually be at that big search volume with a combination of keywords. So today we're going to be using what we call we use Helium 10. Helium 10 is one of the best apps that we have that helps us and guides us to finding products and allowing us to use the filters in order to get our criteria. I hope y'all like my background. I'm already doing Christmas. I have the Christmas spirit. So we're going to go in and maybe we'll find something. But this brings me to something else. Christmas, hot sales, big sales. But a lot of products during Christmas are seasonal. You don't want to go for a seasonal product unless you're advanced. If you're advanced, you will know how to do a seasonal product and you'll know how to close the listing and open it for the next season. It's a lot of work. So you would need to be more advanced to do that. So I highly recommend you do not launch a seasonal product, and we'll show you what one looks like today. Okay. But for now, we're going to go into Helium 10 and we're going to see if we can find a product and analyze and allow you to see how we work our criteria. Hang on one second. I will share my screen. We will be right into Helium 10. Now, they do have a free version that you can check out and, play around. So play around with everything. We're going to use Black Box today. There are two ways to find a product, by product or by keyword. I like by keyword because I can gather a little bit more information on the different keywords that are making that fit my criteria. So here are what we call filters. I'm not going to use too many, but I'm going to use some I'm going to use some of the criteria that I really need. First, I want to pick a category. I'm going to pick about 3 of them. You can do more to get more keywords, more products, but I want to pick on ones that are what we consider the least amount likely to be gated. What is a gated category? Gated means you need certificates from Amazon, mostly for safety reasons. I try to stay away from the children's and toys. These need the most certificates because we're dealing with little people, things that are going on their skin, things that are going in their mouth. So, BPH free and safety data sheets and all of these things. And now they have a new certificate for any toys for 12 years and under, where you actually have to have your product shipped out to a lab and tested and get that new certificate. So we're going to stay away from that. We're going to go with things like home and kitchen, kitchen and dining, and maybe let's go over here and say sports and outdoors. This sounds pretty good. All right, we'll pick those. Now, review count, I want to keep maximum 300. Yeah. Why do we want maximum 300? Well, I'm launching my product. I want to know that there are at least 4 to 5 people in there, about four, is a good area that are under 300 reviews on their Amazon page because I want to see people with the least amount of reviews making money. And if they're making money, then I know I can make money. So the next thing I want to do, if you will just bear with me just for a second, okay? We're going to come back to this page. Let me stop share for 1 second. I have Hend in the room with me. Welcome, Hend. I am going to make her co-host to allow more
Hi.
people to come in. My participant. Okay, make co-host. There we go. Because I noticed somebody was getting in when I was on screen, and I don't want to miss anybody. So now we'll go back to
Oh,
sharing
perfect.
screen. And we're here. So we already have this. So I want to make sure that people are making very little reviews, but making good money. Okay. Now, variation count. A lot of people, you go in and you see things like cell phone case. You open up their listing and they've got like 20 different ones to choose from. That's called a variation. Well, I want to see people that have maximum two. Okay. Or one variation. Maybe they have one variation or two variations. Keeping it low. I don't want to compete with people that have a whole hodgepodge of products in there. So I want to see maybe there are people with zero that are there that are making good money. But the max I want to go with is two. I generally put one just to get a tighter look. Now, price is very important. My price in order to be profitable, having a good buffer zone. The lowest price I will go is 25.99. Maximum, I can move it up, but the one thing I do like to do when I'm coming in looking for a product, I'll do 39.99. And the reason being is a lot of times when I get on the page, the prices are lower. So I'm going to up it a little bit and I'll do this one to maybe a medium or higher ticket product, maybe 59.99. And here's the reason why. When you launch a product, you're testing the market. So you're going in at 300. You're not doing like 1,000 because you don't know if it will sell well or how long it will or when the season is or if I'm doing things right or doing things wrong, and this is why it's good to have mentors and going into a legitimate, and I do mean a legitimate because there's so many scams out there. You need a legitimate course with coaches and mentors that can help guide you. Yes, they say a lot of this is on YouTube. Sure, it is, but they always leave out the important things. Okay. Many of the important, it's like dangling the meat in front of the lion, giving you the bare minimum, and then you get in there and you find out you needed so much more. So always get an A to Z class, things like this, everything A to Z that I need to know with live people who can answer my questions. This is the best way I've found. So that's my advice for the day. Okay, so I'm not really, I want to go in with a weight of maximum 3 pounds. Why do I want this? The higher my weight, the higher my FBA fees are going to be. Now, I'm going to see with, we want to go into ASIN revenue. Because we're looking at a product on its page, I don't want to include the variations, what they're making. I just want to see if this product is doing well. And comfortable for me would be $8,000 a month in 30 days. That's comfortable. Some people will put, I'd like to make 5,000 a month. Well, I'll put 8,000 and we'll see people that are at 5,000. But I want to get at least 4 people out of all of them that are making 8,000. Now, when I pull up the pages and we'll look in a moment, I also want to make sure that there's not these huge gaps where somebody's taking like over 50% of the market. Like I've got people making 20,000, 16,000, 8,000, and then there's one at the top at like $1 million. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he's taking everything. That's something that's a red flag because you're competing against him and you're fighting to grab some of his customers. Okay, so I'm just going to go with the basics. You see anything else you want to include in here, Hind?
No, this is great.
Yeah,
So
this
far,
is a good
everything is
start.
great. Yeah.
You can fill in more, and if you don't get a lot of products, you can come back and you can remove some of the filters. So this is a minimal. We're doing minimalistic just to see if we can bring up some products, and then we'll go ahead and press search, and we'll see what type of products we have. Now, if you want to edit your filters, that's all you do is come up and edit, and I'll show you that in a minute and why. So 5-pack Dragon Shell matte black standard cards. No, we're not going with things. This is one of the keywords I want to put um, into my edit, and I'll show you a pepper mill. Now, this can be something. He's selling a pepper mill for $59. Okay. And he's making 32,000 in 30 days. This is made in the USA. Look at this. This may be something. All right. So we may want to go take a look, but I have been on the Peppermill page and sometimes you're going to see some cheap 99 stuff. But it's proving that some people are looking for quality products. So we're going to go ahead and open that, but not before I show you this, okay? Well, if I want to edit my filter, I'll click back to edit and it's going to bring me everything that I put in. Now, I want to do this one, exclude keywords, because a lot of times we're in the holidays right now. So one of the keywords I want to put in there, it's Christmas. Christmas, holiday. I don't want to see keywords with this in it. Holiday. Apparently, I don't know how to spell. Sheets, cards, supplements. Because supplements is a very, very difficult product to get into. They sell extremely well. You need FDA approval. You need certificates. It's just a lot of work. I know Hen is looking into this and doing this, so she knows there's a lot of work. So I'll apply filter, and chances are you're going to see this disappear if it says card in it. Okay. So I'll reapply filter. I'm still on the same one. It's just removing all of them. Anything that had the word card in it is gone. This one apparently, maybe it says card or cards. Oh, okay. It's singular. You have to be very specific, but no problem. So right now I want to take a look at this one. So we're going to click on this little link right here. Okay. And it's copy and paste. I'm going to come over to Amazon and I am going to put this in. I'm going to put the ASIN in, paste, and we're going to go take a look at it. So some of these are really price high. You see high, low, high, medium, low. There's a lot going on in here. So I'm going to be looking at ones, look, 69. There's quite a few that are in a good area in our price. So with the Helium 10, now that I have Helium 10, I'm also going to go into my drive and I'm going to go download the extension. When we download the extension, it will appear up here by my search bar. So when I click on this, what I'm pulling is what's called an X-ray. So when you go to the doctor and they want to see your bones or any other type of X-ray they do, they pull an X-ray to look inside you. So what I'm doing is I'm going to look at the bones of all this page right here. I want to see there's going to be many things I will be able to see from all of these sellers combined on page 1. So we'll pull an X-ray. We're looking at the bones of this one person, okay? Because that's the one person I picked up. So what we want is the main page, okay? So I'm going to look at the listings, pepper mill grinder, pepper and salt grinder. The consensus is a professional salt and pepper grinder. That could be the keyword. Okay, so I'll open this one because I need to grab a keyword. Salt and pepper grinder. It doesn't say set because we're just looking at one. we could go for basically pepper grinder and see what happens, but we can come back and grab this one too. So now I'm going to put the main keyword in, pepper grinder, and let's see what happens. Now I'm on the main page. I do see some low numbers in here. And I see some high, but I do see a lot of low ones. Some of them are manual, some of them are battery operated. So we're going to probably see a high search volume for this one. We'll see. Um, so one of the things we want to make sure we're in the criteria. Let's wait for this to upload for me. There we go. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time because it's still loading the Amazon. You can see it's still loading the Amazon page. There we go. Remove this. And now we're doing what's called an X-ray. You can see this up top. We're going to look at the bones of the listing. And if anything's broken, it needs to be fixed, and we can try and find a fix for that. Okay. So right now, under just pepper grinder, I can see that one of my criteria is not met. Okay. Under 300 reviews, there's only 2. Okay. So the one thing I want to look at, the first thing I want to look at, I can see search volume is too high. So I'll be able to find another keyword. And right now I'm looking to see if there's any brand dominance. I see 2 of these. I see 2 of these. No brand dominance. And that's a good one. Criteria number 1 is met. My price is not met. I do not see, I see a lot of cheap 99. So this will tell me automatically I need a better keyword, and it's probably salt and pepper electric grinder. And then I can see in here 70,000, 48, 70. I've definitely met this criteria. There are 6 making over 8,000. But my reviews, look at this, 21,000, 39,000, 4,000, 17,000, 2,000, 8,000, 6,000, 11,000. No, we're not going there on this keyword because I have to fight against all these people. Now, when you go to Amazon and you buy something, say you're buying a vacuum cleaner, okay? And am I going to go in and buy a vacuum cleaner from somebody with 1 review versus somebody with 20,000 reviews? And that means people are buying that one. And we're not seeing that the point that it's a brand new launch because the customers cannot see, but we can. We can see when they launched. So this one would be irrelevant. Anytime you see a 0 for revenues, you just automatically click on it and delete it because you can't analyze someone with no revenues. I also check the stars. I see there's a lot of good stars in here. I don't see a lot of new launches for this one, and that's good. But the ones that will make me turn away is the reviews and most definitely the revenues. Okay, so let's try another keyword and I'll bet we'll have some better luck. And here's how we do that. You want to make sure every one you're going to click on is exactly what you want. Okay, I'm going to say I'm going to click on 10 of these and I'm going to find a keyword that is actually in my criteria. Okay, wait, watch up here where it says selected. I've selected 9. I need 1 more. If you select 11, this button, Run Cerebro, will disappear. Cerebro is a brain that finds new keywords. So that's why it's called Cerebro. It's like a mini helper brain that's going to help you find what you need. So I've clicked on 10 of them and I'm going to say, come on, little brain, find me some more keywords. Find me something that fits my criteria. And it's going to take all of the ASINs I just clicked on, and it's going to show me all the keywords they're using to advertise. What are they using to have people find them? How cool is that? That shrinks your time by so much. So now the first thing I'm going to put in is my search volume, 5,000 to 20,000. I don't want to leave this open. Otherwise, it's going to show me irrelevant things that are like too high. So I want 5,000 to 20,000. This is my criteria. I don't put anything else in. I generally don't. You can. You can say position ranking 40, you know, max 40. I want to see these people up on page 1 in the top 40. And let's just go ahead and click apply and see what happens. All right, so now there's 2, salt and pepper grinder. Let's go. And then there's a salt grinder. So let's go open this one. We click on the little box next to the keyword and it takes us right to it. Okay. I do see there are a lot of low prices, but there's some good ones too. And some of these are sponsored. Now, what I'm going to show you is what we do with sponsored ads. We remove them. Why? Because they're in the listing twice. They could be in slot 1 and slot 5, you know, and now you're analyzing the same product twice and you're not getting good information. So we're going to go ahead and analyze this page. See, the difference is from the black box and when we do Cerebro is black box, you use the ASIN, put it in, find a keyword, and drop it into Amazon to pull up the main page. When you're using Cerebro, you click the little box, it brings you to the main page. So we're going to go ahead and pull an X-ray. I love product research. It is so much fun. Many people get in and they're trying to do product research and they act like it's the end all be all. I need a product, need a product, need a product. And that distracts you. You need to treat this like a lot of fun, a lot of learning. And when you're more focused on the process than finding the products pop up. Just know the process. So right now, again, I can see these are too low. These are way too low, these prices. And I only have 1 review.
I
See,
think if you add in it electric or automatic,
yeah,
that will be the new trend.
but it
And
didn't
that
have
will,
anything in our search volume for that one.
yeah,
So,
it will be low search volume, but it will give you the newest
yes.
versions.
And we
Like,
could probably do Cerebro again to find something closer to this one. So let's pull one on the electric one now. I'm over here listening and I hear these tiny little zaps in my ear. So in my ear, in my headset. And I'm like, is something going on here? Can you hear me okay?
yes, I can hear you good.
Okay, good. I want to make sure I'm not coming in and out. All right, let's pull this X-ray again. Sometimes if I click on it 2 times, it will speed up the process. It doesn't want us to do it. There we go. I love some of these ads. They're so colorful, eye-popping, colorful. This is what you want to do when you do your videos. So right now, oh, I don't have a dash there. That's why. But now I'm getting prices a little bit better, but I still see they're very low. Let's
Yeah,
go
but
ahead.
that's a misspelled, I
Yeah, it
believe.
is.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, right at salt. I spotted that.
perfect.
Okay, so let's try
I
this.
saw it's 900. I saw earlier a 900 something.
Okay. What, a 900 what? Search volume or amount
Mhm.
for a product? I'm like, ah.
Ah, you're buying a container of peppers.
Let's see. All right. I feel like I've taken up 2 minutes. I'm like, no, I need more time. Product research is using Helium-10 with product research. You're going to be able to see, you're going to learn so much about products themselves, pricing, how people are pricing, um, what's good and bad about the product, how you could fix it and be better than other people. These are wonderful things to learn when you're launching products on Amazon because then you can outdo and outlast your competition. All right, so I do have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I do have 4 people that are selling over $25.99. So that can be good. I do not have brand dominance in here. What I do notice is for some of these, the
The good
FBA fee,
news, you can see that they're making some great money with
they're
those,
making
even that
great money. And now I
49.
see that
Yeah.
there are 4 with
Hmm.
reviews under, definitely under
Yeah,
300.
I have this. Yeah, perfect.
So, and look, this guy's has 299 reviews and he's making
Look at this one.
97,000 on his parent and 76 on the page.
Look
That's
at this
really
one.
good. Look at that, 290. He's making 222,000. That's really good. This guy just started and he's got a sale. He doesn't even have
And
a review yet and he's got some sales.
it's almost 7,000 search volume. This is a great keyword.
Yeah, and look at this. He just launched, not even a month. So in the last, with 0 reviews, he's already started making money. Okay, his parent is already at 1,000 and it's not even a month yet. So he's going to be taken off. You can tell he's already got his start. Brand new launch. That's why it's really cool to check this part out. When you see people with low reviews are usually a brand new launch. Look at that. June. Only in June he launched. Look at the
This is amazing.
numbers.
This is great.
September. September 2025. Look at that. Amazing. So, and we're already in our criteria for search volume, which is good. So we're hitting a lot of key points. And look at this one. It's like $22.05 for his FBA fee. The FBA fees, according to the price, they're actually very good. Very good. And I would probably, because I have the 39, 38, 39, and the 49, I'd launch at 35. And I'll try and take all of their sales. I'll be closer to these guys, the 22 and 2021, not that close, but I'll be closer to them. And I can take sales from both sides. My product will be better than yours, and I can take some of your sales, and my product will be priced lower and better. And I can steal some of their sales because they have too much money that I need to grab from them. I think you have too much. Let me come take the burden off of you. Here I come. So this is actually pretty good. I'm liking what I'm seeing for this one so far. All right. And the weight. Look at the weight. The weight is very, very good. That's going to create a lower. The one thing I want to pay attention to now is I want to make sure there are not 3 or more Amazons in here or 4 Amazons. Why? Because I really don't want to compete with somebody who is with Amazon or Amazon itself. You know, I don't want somebody who's partnering with Amazon and Amazon themselves, because Amazon has their own algorithm for their own advertising, and that can outdo me. So a couple of them in there is fine. If they're lower on the pages, they're going to be on every page. But in my top 10, I don't want to see a lot of AMZ. I'd be complete. And if there was a lot of AMZ, all these numbers would be differently skewed for the organic people. Okay. So one thing I did want to show you, and we can open this back up. Let's go take a look at the graph. So the one thing we want to pay attention to is the 1-year graph, and that's this one. So it basically will tell you throughout the year where it's been 4,000, 3,000, 3,000. Now it's scaling upwards and then it's coming down again. But it kind of looks like it's leveling off. I want to look at the all time. Is it like that all the time? Okay. So it does seem to have a pattern. It goes up and then down and then up again. So this one is up in September, October. This one is up in December. This one is up in November, December. It's definitely giftable, October, November, December. But I do see throughout the year, it is kind of low. So this would be something I pay attention to. Because you see it here and it's in the criteria, it's only there now. You want to check the all-time graph. If you look at the all-time graph and it's low, that means your search volume is going to be low for the entire year. It was a hot product back here, and then it kind of whittled down and it follows a pattern. It has little bumps, and these little bumps are usually Prime Days, and there's usually two. So you can see 8,000, then it comes down, 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 and then it hits up again, 7,000, 2 Prime Days. Now we see up here, and then we see the right before the holidays, there's that Prime Day, and we have one coming. It's at 8,000 again. Okay. Now we had a Prime Day in here in July, and look, it's up at 8,000. So Prime Days, it does well, and holidays, it's giftable. So this is what I see with this product. Would I do this because of the search volume that it is today? No, I wouldn't, because that's my preference, because I see all year round it's very low. And I see that there's a lot of money being made right now, but what's it like back then? So many times when I want to watch a product, because these will go away, you won't be able to pull it back up. Okay. So once the month is gone, a new month will appear, a new 30 days, new numbers will appear. And so I screenshot it. I screenshot the x-ray, or I screenshot what's going on, and I can come back and see the previous month. You can still do this one. See, when you're doing the year, you can see what's going on in the year. And if you want to, you can see 30 days or 90 days. So this way, another one thing you can do in here, and this is super cool. Okay. Go to all time, and I'm like, yeah, but I want to see what happens in here. Well, I'm going to click, and I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to hold it down and click. And now what it's going to show me is just that time period. And I can focus in on this specific time period, April to October. And I want to see actually close up how they're doing Prime Day. And it dropped all the way down to 2, the lowest of the year, and then it started to rise, and it's rising, and it's continuing, and then so from here, August 30th to September, in let me see, so about a week it jumped, and then it jumped again, and now it's up higher. So, and now we're coming back down again. It'll go back up for the holidays again. So this is really good information for you to have when you're choosing a product. If you know that you want your criteria to stay all year round, even if it's a seasonal product, okay? Like, let me show you something. I want to show you the graft on a Christmas tree stand. Let me see. I need to move this. Okay, I'm going to open up a new Amazon, and we will just do Christmas tree. Or how about a snow shovel? I like the snow shovel. Snow shovel. This is really, really important when you're looking for a product, that you know that it is not seasonal. Seasonal products sell only during a specific season. Then your sales will slow down. You'll be left with inventory. If you don't remove it from Amazon, your fees will escalate over time, called long-term storage fees. You want a product that sells all year round. All right, look, it's up at 20,000 now. So snow's a coming. Now we're going to look at the all-time graph. See that? That's a seasonal product. December, low, 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 4,000, 3,000. December, 142,000. Look at this. January. And then it starts coming down. And by April, genuinely, April, yeah, now we're down at the bottom. And then we're starting to skyrocket October every year from 2018 to 2024. It's always the same. There is a pattern. It is completely seasonal. You don't want to get stuck with stuff down here at 2,000, 3,000. This is the place where everybody's trying to get rid of their stock to close out their listing. But if a lot of people still have overstocked for the holidays, oh, big blizzards, we're going to have a long winter. You know, they overstock, and then all of a sudden, climate change, there's the summer's coming early. Oh no, got to get rid of all my stock. So paying attention to what they're saying, you know, in the media too helps when you have seasonal products. Pay attention to your season. This is actually a pretty cool demonstration. And so now we're going to go back to Black Box, because I do find that it does have one keyword. And what we would do is we would take it into Cerebro and see if there are any supporting keywords. So right now I'm on Amazon with this one. I want to make sure I have supporting keywords that are in my criteria because I can't launch on just one keyword and advertise on just one keyword. So they're going to have many keywords that you can pull money from. I want to see ones that are in my criteria, and I want to see if there are keywords that are below my criteria or maybe a little bit above that I can scale to at a later date once my product is on solid ground and selling well. If it's selling well and you're doing better than expected, you can try to raise the price $1. If sales drop dramatically, drop it back down. Okay? And maybe look for another keyword that's a little bit higher and start to implement that one and focus on it. Okay. Oh, this is the pepper grinder one. I don't want that one. This is the one I wanted. Oh no, this is snow shovel. Okay. Actually, let's go to Black Box and see what else we can find. I just want to find something a little bit. Let me see. It's fun to look through these. Headlamp with red light. Huh. I'm not sure what that's about since the red light is supposed to go, towards the human being. Um, Dragon glassware. Wine glasses can be a very thick niche. Let me see this one. Oh, a carafe, 28-ounce carafe. Interesting. $39.99, making 9,000. That could possibly be one of them. We want to stay away from products like this, okay? Although it is the case, using the word gun case, because that's what it is. Using the word, it will trigger Amazon's algorithm to say you have a weapon. No, we have a case, but it's saying weapon on your listing. You need to change, and then you have to go through a whole bunch, and then you'll get your listing back up, and then it will happen again, and then you'll have to keep going through it. So this is a very difficult process with knives, kitchen knives, toy shuriken, the little toy ninja tools that they play with that are harmless, but the word will trigger. Also, if you are launching something like a heating pad, things like this, you need to be extremely careful with the wording for it. Good for home health therapy. Therapy is a trigger word for needing a FDA approval or, needing a certificate number. Is like, wait a minute. So you need to take out certain words or you will trigger Amazon's algorithm. They'll close your listing until you clarify with them. And I will remove that keyword and, things like healthy. And you can never use words like, the best. That's another trigger because everybody feels theirs is the best. All right. So be very careful when you're doing things like this. What is this? Knox box. A Knox box. I have no idea. That's what I want. When I say I have no idea, I want to
It's
see it.
something about the coffee because Braveen has coffee
Yeah.
espresso machine. Um, yeah, it's a big brand.
I've heard of it related to coffee, but I'm still don't know. I really don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Is it stainless steel knock box? Okay, so I'm gonna open this one. I want to see right now. You can see everybody's on the page, and I don't want this. I want at least 80 to 90% of the people to look like this. That's when you know you have a good keyword. So I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna do the generic knock box. Okay. I don't know how popular it is. So let's just start broad to start. There we go. See, now everybody looks the same. I've got some highs, some lows. So we will do an x-ray. Admit.
This is first time I'm seeing this product.
I know,
And
right? Isn't it cool?
yeah, it is. It is crazy. Just I believe is depend on the demand since everybody now started using those coffee that's you ground your coffee. Now
Right?
they need a place where they can put that waste. So they found a product for it.
This is great. I love it. I
Knock
like that.
box.
I'm actually trying to delete some up here in case it's causing a conflict. I think it was having too many of the x-ray open. Come on. I actually like this piece right here too. The strainer.
Oh, that's for the coffee.
Uh-huh.
That's yeah. So yeah, that bundling, right?
Right?
You're
Bundling is
you're
big. Okay,
thinking now.
so we may need to come back in. Wait, I'm going to grab this keyword. Sometimes a connection with Helium 10 and Knockbox. We'll close this one out and do another one, and then it should go through. KNOX box. Yeah, there we go. Knockbox. Okay. Oh, that's it.
Oh,
Wasn't that it?
this is another. This is another one.
I know.
Is the
What the heck
spelling
is that?
different?
Apparently. Let's go look. What was it? Yeah, I'm in something else. Um, how do you spell that? Oh, KN. Knock, like knock knock. Gotcha. Let's see. Something's going on with Amazon. Always lately. KN. Okay. KNOX box. That's why. Ah, I'm spelling it correctly. No, I'm not. It's something is missing. Apparently. Apparently, I really don't know what the product is. I'm having difficulty getting back. Ugh, technology loves me and I love technology. It's not responding right now.
Using it, right?
Oh,
Uh,
KNOCK. Duh. Hello. And I just said like knock knock. KNOCK
right?
box. I believe so. There's your magic. Here we go. There we go. All right. So now we're going to come in here and pull an x-ray and take a look. Yay. I'm excited. I'm not sure what this is. Fresh scale solution. Espresso. Oh, cleans the espresso machine. Oh, I know people who would die before cleaning their coffee machine. I mean, other than, the regular cleanup, but getting deep down and doing this type of clean out, no, they're like, it's like all that coffee, all that old coffee, you know, like, ew. All right. So let me see. I see actually there's some room in here.
Actually, it's good
Knockbox,
pricing.
knockbox. Yeah. And when it
Um,
is lower
Reviews
priced,
are good,
yeah, I
but
have
the
five
revenue is not
people make,
consistent. That's the only thing.
yeah. It's
Not all of them
I
making
have
money.
one, this is what we were talking about before. One person is grabbing most of them. Oh, I got two people. Two people are grabbing most of the market share. So the lowest point at that top point is 78,000, and then it drops all the way to 8,000. That's what we call the gap. Okay.
Yeah, and same
Breville
thing.
is a hot name.
Another thing, it's they are big brands like Ninja and Breville. They
Yep.
are big brands, so maybe that's one of the factors why they are making a lot.
Absolutely.
I don't
Absolutely.
see, even this one, the 15K, it's another brand name.
Yeah, that's
I don't
Breville
see the
too.
little one making money, the other
I don't see
generic
anybody else
brands.
making money either on this one. So
And
with
actually,
something,
this is a really great example. I'm sorry for cutting
yeah, no, 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 go
you
ahead, dear.
away. This is a really nice example of when you see big brands. This is what we talk about. Even now, we don't see four, but you can see that the market is dominated by brands on the
Yeah.
industry. And that's a red flag. So you don't have nobody making more than three, five, two. Probably it's new, but they have 170 reviews. So that's
Well,
a
it's
red
been
flag.
around since 2018. So
Yeah.
It's not really new, but these guys are definitely dominating. And that's that's a good thing to show. Now, you may be saying, yeah, but every product has brands. Don't all the big brand names dominate? Absolutely not. They sure as heck don't. They make money, but others make just as much money, if not sometimes more, than the brand names because they have a quality product, because they get up on social media and advertise their product and they send people over to buy because they have better campaigns, because they have better photos. Sometimes you'll see a brand name and they'll only have one picture, and then you'll come to the next person and they'll have a whole lot of pictures. So if I go to this guy, I want to see what his listing looks like. This is all he's got, the same product over and over and over. Well, what if we pick somebody else and say they're making more money? Like this, if this guy was making 20K, I would come over, I would look at his listing. Let me see, open him. No, it's copy. I look at his listing and I want to see what he's doing. Okay, inside the store. Okay, so I'm in his store. So I'm looking for the knockbox. So let's click on that one. Well, look, his is maybe a better listing with better photos. I don't get why there's coffee spilled everywhere, because that drives my OCD and my eyeballs nuts right now. So I would probably turn off that one. But look, that looks nice. It looks superimposed. So pay close attention. Oh no, actually it doesn't. It actually looks good. It looks really good. I got to get rid of this. On the regular one it does, but here it looks real. But I can tell that it's been imposed. But things like that from a distance, people pay attention to these things when you have things that are done like this. AI is making strides right now in order to work on pictures like this so that it doesn't look like the old way where they would snip a picture and then they would remove the background and place it into a picture, making it look all wonky and funny. People look at that and like, they're not really, you know, taking care to show me their product. They're just doing pictures. So pay close attention. Your pictures are the most important part of your listing. The most important part of your listing, I am telling you, because people buy on emotion. I want to take a look at this guy. Okay. So let's go take a look at him. I don't know if he's up. I can't click on him. These guys, I can't even click on their thing, but I may be able to do it from here. So we'll get it anyways. I think. That's not allowing it. Only the blue ones. Huh. Interesting. Oh, no, I got him. I got him. Just a delay. All right. So this is a cheaper one, but you can see that they're using nice colors. It looks like a little pleather one or leather and rubber wrap. Okay. Still very similar, but this is a nice photo. That would be considered a very nice photo. Okay. I would try to get this more clear in the main photo, but when they click on it, it still seems to be a little bit blurry in here, and I would not do that. I would make sure whoever's doing this has this very clear, okay? Everything else seems to be clear but the writing, and people will notice that. So always make sure your photographs look very, very good. And this is how we do our product research. You can take ideas, like I like the last one we were on. I'll go through and I'll look at other people's listings that are in here. And what I'm actually looking for is their pictures. Make a sheet, I'll snip a picture of their very best one, and then I'll put it on the sheet. And I'll go to the next one, and then I'll look at the pictures. Oh, I don't like any here. And then I'll go to the next one. And I want to look at people that are actually making money. So inside the X-ray, so if we have this Knox box, Knock, Knox box, I know how to spell it now. So I'm going to come in here to the X-ray again. Allow me a moment. Come on, helium-10. Ugh, yeah. If I'm coming in here, the thing we can do on X-ray is we can click on the tabs at the top where it says ASIN revenue, and it will bring them up in order of who's making the most money. We can also do that with pricing. Who's pricing the highest? Who's pricing the lowest? How are they making money? Are they making money? And it's a great feature in here while you're doing your analysis, because this is basically what it is an analysis. So here, I want to see pictures. So I'm going to click on the ASIN revenue for the product, and I want to see how they're advertising. But I actually want to see the most in parent. Yeah, see? We're going to see this. This says if I have the same for ASIN and parent, means they're only launching one product. And I can also tell over here, this arrow means they have variations. I may want to go take a look at what variations they have. When I click on the arrow, a list will pop down and it will show me the variations and it'll show me how much each variation is making. Maybe the main product is only making 5,000, but if I look inside, one of them's making 8,000. I'm going to hover over and see, what is this one? Oh, it's a blue one. Maybe I'll launch a blue one on the main page since he has the black one and it's making less than the blue one. But he's making more money with this one, but it's not on the listing. Ooh, that is great information to have. So you can see how much they're making. So now when I come into the X-ray, I'll actually click the arrow again and make it disappear. Now I can come here and look at this one and I can click on it and open in a new tab. I don't want to ruin this one. And I'll look at, this is the one we were looking at. I'm like, okay, maybe there's one good photo I can use. And then I'll come back and I want to see what Ninja's doing. So I'll open this one in a new tab. And I'm saying, they're kind of generic like the other one. I guess they're going based on their name. So they don't feel the need to do anything extra. This one is pretty much the same as this one. This one has measurements. There's no lifestyle. They do have a video, which is good. And now I'll come back and I want to go to somebody who's not one of these two. And I'll open them up and see what they're doing. They're making 20K. So how are their pictures? Showing my measurements. They're doing the same thing as the big brands are doing, which is smart. They're putting the measurement second. Both of them had measurement second. So I'm looking. This is a little different. It's kind of nice. I like the little color in the background too. That was a smart move. This is actually nice too, but it does look superimposed. You can see because the handle's not that big. Okay, and then they have a video, but they're making good money. And so I actually don't see anything I would use on this one, so I would go away from that one. And I'll come back and I'll keep going through and opening these listings to see if there's something that really grabs my eye. Color, like something like this one. Let me see. Okay, I do like the color. Okay, this is actually very nice. I see that this coffee, I mean, it could be a little bit bigger. I would make that bigger at the bottom. I would move this up a little high. I would move the writing up a little bit higher. This is actually kind of nice right here. It doesn't make sense to me. I get the idea. I still wouldn't use it because nobody has a plant that tiny with this that big. It kind of seems out of place. So I don't get the background. I'm still not seeing things I like. And so I would continue on until I saw things that I did like. But it can be the way that they position. Now, in photographs like this, you want it to be bigger. You want to take up more room, unless you're showing the size compared to legitimate objects, not superimposed objects, a real live picture to show the actual size of this product. Okay. Otherwise, you would need to, you want to take up on your main photo, you want to take up as much white space as possible. Don't put it back and say, here's my product. You want to take as much white space as possible. Show the more detail. The more detail you show on your main photo, the better it is for you. All right. So This is how we do product research. Find keywords, look for keywords in our criteria, look at the pricing, recognize when it was launched. We learn how to pull up the higher revenues. We also learned how to look at pictures and why. It's not only how to do things, but why we do these things. So I will go to Pend and see if there's anything else she wants to add. If not, I think it's just me now, and that will be our session for today. So thank you very much for joining, and I hope you enjoyed this session. And we'll see you next week. Aloha.